Basia, can you please explain to me what's going on in this season? I think I'm lost.
In the first season, they didn't like each other. In the second season, they got along. The last season was a big mess because he wasn't who he said he was, and she knew it but pretended not to know. Now, the story is set in the future, and they have a new, very important mission together. But he knows that she knew then, and she doesn't know that he already knows.
Oh, from the very first episode, I knew something wasn't right here. How can they be on the same team? She's so brave and not afraid of anything and working so hard. And he doesn't do anything, keeps losing things and delaying the mission. Lazy bum.
Lazy bum?
Because that's what you say when someone is lazy and not good for anything, right?
Yes, correct. But drones are not lazy. They just have special purpose. Kala, do you remember who is a part of a bee family?
Sure. Of course, the queen, the workers, which are girls, and the drones, which are boys.
That's right. Worker bees are the largest part of a bee family, and there can be tens of thousands of them.
That is as much as in our rice hive.
Correct, but the bee boys are only a handful of the hive's residents. About that much?
That's really not much.
While the worker bees take care of the whole hive and always have something to do, the drones are the complete opposite.
What do you mean? The boys have no responsibilities in the hive? That's not fair.
And yet, they are irreplaceable in the hive.
Lazy bums that can't be replaced? I don't think so. Everyone can be replaced in doing nothing.
The fact that drones do nothing is not because they are lazy. They don't work not because they don't want to, but because they can't. Do you know the easiest way to recognize a drone?
Because they have two left hands?
Kala! Drones are easy to recognize from the rest of the bees because they have much bigger eyes and thicker bellies.
Ah, really? They have big eyes, probably from lying on the couch and watching TV shows. This would also explain the bigger belly.
That's how the nature created the drones. Even if they wanted to work, they can't do most of the work of a worker bee.
You mean they can't collect pollen like the rest of the bees?
Drones don't have baskets on their hind legs for collected pollen, so they wouldn't be able to get home with it.
What about nectar?
They have two short tongues to pick nectar from flowers. That's why they can't even feed themselves, and they have to be fed by workers' bee.
Since drones are not good pickers, maybe they could do another job. For example, as security for the hive. Drones, bodyguards.
Drones don't have a stinger.
What do you mean? A bee without a stinger is like an elephant without a trunk.
And that's why they are completely defenseless. Bees don't bite.
Because they don't have a teeth. I remember. All right. What about wax? Drone could specialize in wax making.
Drones cannot produce wax because they don't have wax glands or their bellies, so they won't be builders either.
Oh gosh, they are not good for anything. Actually, I kind of feel bad for them.
And this is where you are wrong. As I said, drones are irreplaceable.
Why? I don't understand.
Remember that the queen bee flies out of the hive once in her life for what is called the mating flight?
Sure, this is the flight after which the queen lays eggs for the rest of her life.
Exactly. The queen really needs the drones. Have you heard about the knight's tournament?
Sure! When brave knights fight each other for the hand of the princess.
It looks very similar in a bee family. The bravest and the strongest among the drones that make the greatest impression on the queen are invited for a bee date. And only after this date the queen can lay eggs from which new bees will hatch. Without the drones, this would be impossible.
Ah, so that's their life mission, to make sure the hive doesn't run out of the bees. Drones are needed very much. And what happens to those knights who have lost the tournament for the queen's favor?
Drone has only this one task in his life. When he fails in his role as a queen's knight, he returns to the hive. There, however, the bees do not want to keep the freeloader that can eat up to 3 times more than an ordinary worker bee. When autumn approaches, the bees drive all the drones out of the hive, so they would not eat all the supplies they have worked so hard during the whole season.
Being a drone seems like very serious thing.